Also tonight, a new push to fight child sex trafficking. Children as a commodity.
Well, and if you think it can't happen to your child, the experts say you better think again. ABC 2 News' Christian Schaefer's here now with more on this story. Christian.
Yeah, guys, and many of those experts are together here in our area this week. Federal, state, and local authorities formed a child sex trafficking task force back in 2007, they say. Unfortunately, that task force is still much needed today.
Now, if you want something really young, that $200 just costs a little more than that.
The organization Shared Hope has documented just some of the more than 100,000 children in the United States who are victims of child sex trafficking every year.
Well, how young do you have?
Well, I don't have nothing younger than 14.
Tina Front, a survivor of child sex trafficking, founded Courtney's House, which helps children in Maryland and Washington, D.C.
This affects every family. We really think because we live in a wonderful area, it doesn't. But this, because the commodity is children, this affects all of us as parents.
And it begins at places you might not expect, like the mall.
We actually do street outreach at the malls, and we do outreach there because children are being forced into trafficking there.
She says children and teens are being approached at places like malls and movie theaters, being offered modeling jobs or invitations to parties. Instead,
what they usually do for both boys and girls is rape the child and they videotape it. And then they threaten them and use that as a measure to threaten them or force them into sex trafficking. This happens more often than people understand.
And it happens here in our area where pimps and their customers have easy transportation on major highways and plenty of hotels near the airport. The Maryland Human Trafficking Task Force was formed to try and fight back. In many cases, the young victims are reluctant to work against their pimps, making it difficult to bring a case. The answer, better coordination between federal, state, and local law enforcement, along with organizations like Courtney's House.
Some people think that prostitution is glamorous, the sort of thing that you see Julia Roberts, for example, portraying in the movie Pretty Woman. But the reality is that for girls who are engaged in prostitution, it's not like that at all. It's a life of desperation and despair.
Like I said, this is my first time out.
Now, the key for parents, experts say, is to be comfortable talking with your children so that they know that they can come to you if something was to happen. But then, as they get older, Tina Front says, don't be afraid to check their phones and their computers to see who else they've been talking to. Better to be a nosy parent than the parent of a victim of child sex trafficking. Christian Schaefer, ABC 2 News.